Hello, beautiful person. Greetings from freezing cold Winnipeg. Let me just adjust this light so it's trying to have it not reflecting from my glasses. It's the endless battle with the ring light. We need the light, but we don't like the reflection. Anyway, my name is Hadassah Viatar. I am a life coach and a wellness advocate, and I help beautiful people like you find and create well-being for ourselves. And why do I do this? So my mother passed away at the age of 69 from complications of diabetes, and she never got to see my kids grow up. And it wasn't because she didn't know how to take care of herself, because of course she did, but she had other priorities until it was too late. So I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. And that's why I'm here most days, except 7, to talk to you about health, about well-being, about mindset, things like that. All the things that we need to know, such as what we eat, how we move, all of these things. We need to know all these things in order to create well-being. But 90% of the battle is right here between your ears. So that's what I mostly talk about. And today I want to talk about how we lie to ourselves. So the title I put up is perhaps a little disingenuous. So I said, are you lying to yourself? Because we all lie to ourselves all the time. So that's kind of as a given. The question is, why do we do it? How do we do it? And what can we do about it? If it's making us happy, then yeah, by all means. I mean, if you're enjoying the life that you've created by lying to yourself, then please, by all means, carry on. But if you find that it sometimes comes around and bites you in your derriere, then you might want to consider ways of dealing with it. So I did some research. I like to do research. I found one article in particular that I really loved. It's called "The Many Ways We Lie to Ourselves." It's by a guy called Shahram Heshmat. He's a psychologist. And he gave like a whole list of things that we do to lie to ourselves. I am going to cherry pick a little bit because time. I love it that one of the main points that he mentions is reality denial. Now, denial can be very important. It's part of the grieving process. When we're told about something that we don't want to know, our first reaction may well be denial. I am really good at that. Sometimes I've told people to just call me Cleopatra, Queen of Denial. Thank you. I'll show myself out. But seriously, denial has its place in cushioning us psychologically for a while. If God forbid somebody gets a terrible diagnosis or hears that a loved one has passed, starting with denial can give you the necessary time to process underneath until you're ready to come to grips with it. No problem with that. The issue is that when we use denial in inappropriate ways, when we just absolutely refuse to see something that is true, and we kind of know it's true, that's the thing. That's why it's a lie that we're telling ourselves. It's not that we actually think that that is true. We really want to think it's true. So I should probably do a whole video about denial because it's a deep subject. Because something that's denied is not something that's not true necessarily. It may be true, it may not be true. But we really, really don't want it to be true. So when we're in denial of something, we are refusing to see the reality of something that we don't want to see. And that can be a way that we sabotage ourselves with denial. It can be as simple, it can be as obvious, shall we say, as someone who is in denial about maybe what the pandemic lifestyle has done to their body. That was certainly me for a while. And then my nutritionist really put me on the spot and made me do some measurements. And I was like, that is not a good thing. I was at a weight that I have not seen in my non-pregnant lifetime. And the gym was closed, and we're more sedentary. Excuses galore. But the fact is, I was in absolute denial until I gave myself a health scare. And as you know, there is diabetes in my family. Thankfully, I'm okay at the moment, at least. I don't have diabetes. But the thing is that it really made me realize that I need to talk my own talk. And that is where denial could have been quite dangerous for me. Thankfully, I have good friends and good coaches and a nutritionist who is, as far as I'm concerned, she's solid gold. And anybody who wants to talk to her, just drop me a message. I'll give you her contact information because she has changed my life. So anyway, so she got me to stop being in denial and realize that I need to do some things. And of course, as usual, it works if you work it. Once I actually started being honest and really chronicling what I actually put in my mouth and not what I kind of thought I should have, things changed. And I am on my way to a place of my body, not just the scale, but everything else that is going to be more conducive to my good health. And if you want to go on this journey with me, that would be awesome. But that aside, so that was one example of denial. And then he talks about overconfidence. I think it's particularly interesting that he says he says overconfident individuals think they are blessed, they're well liked by others, and they'll come out on top. These are generally good things to think about yourself. But he says 90% of all drivers think they are above average. If you can do math, it's not possible, right? 94% of professors at a large university were found to believe they were better than the average professor. Oh my. And then he says, unrealistic optimism can have significant health consequences. And he quotes a study that found that among a group of people trying to quit smoking, the ones who gave especially high ratings to their own willpower were most likely to fail. So it's interesting because on the one hand, it's important to have a good opinion of yourself so that you will want to take good care of your gorgeous self. On the other hand, it doesn't hurt to use all the tools that you have and not throw them away because you think you don't need them, which I think is what's happening here. If you're trying to quit smoking purely on willpower, you've got a problem. Okay, I don't want to do too much here. Okay, then I just want to the last one is like what he calls self-handicapping. This behavior could be considered the opposite of overconfidence. And this actually kind of ties back to what I've talked to you before with Carol Dweck's work about fixed mindset and growth mindset, because he says, if a person is uncertain about her true ability and afraid to find out what her true ability is, she might refrain from doing the work that might reveal her as having a low ability. In such a case, a successful performance could be attributed to skill, while an unsuccessful performance could be externalized as due to the lack of good preparation. So this is very much a fixed mindset kind of thing where a person thinks, well, if I don't try, then I can't fail. And in the meantime, their life gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So anyway, these are 3 ways in which people lie to themselves. And like I said, I've certainly been guilty of the denial part and absolutely of the denial. The other 2, not so much, I think. I've been working really hard not to. But anyway, I just wanted to share those with you because it's been on my mind, especially since that little chat I had with my nutritionist. And let me think. So what did I want to share with you as well? So just a reminder, I have a list of 10 ways, 10 of my favorite ways to improve your sleep. And because sleep is another thing that I'm working with, and I'm going to do a whole different video, I think, about what to do about that doom scrolling before bed, which has still not gone away for me. And if you would like that list of 10 ways to improve your sleep, just drop me a message. I'll be thrilled to send it to you. And you have a great day. Remember, I love you. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.